Good morning. Welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we're on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Sankara FM Yendi, Laura FM Laura, and Radio Max Takrade. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, management of the KNa Teaching Hospital disputes owing the ECG 27 million cedis in power consumption, claiming shared power lines with the nursing and midwifery training college.
We are not against payment of the bills. But we have a clear problem at the hospital. Until that is done, to be very, very difficult for us to pay the bills that they keep coming to us.
We have details as the NLC describes the doctor's strike as lacking appropriate procedure.
Wherever there is a conflict that is not resolved, they must quickly report to the commission and within a matter of 3 days. And it doesn't look like the parties themselves have even started any form of negotiation.
Also, Minister of State Designate for Finance, Abna Osayasari, says government has no intention of bringing back road tolls.
In the budget for 2024, I don't think we introduced any line item for road tolls.
In business,
International Monetary Fund advises Ghana and other African countries to rethink some fiscal policies being introduced following repeated external and domestic shocks. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
There are more coming up with me, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson. Please stay. And we start from the KNa Teaching Hospital. The management is strongly refuting owing 27 million cedis to the Electricity Company of Ghana for power consumption. CATH, one of 91 health facilities across 8 regions facing disconnection from the national grid due to unpaid bills, contest the amount claimed by ECG. Head of Public Relations at CATH, Kwame Frimpong, highlights the difficulty in paying the disputed amount, citing a shared power line with a nursing and midwifery training college in the area. He spoke on Top Story.
We are not against payment of the bills. But we have a clear problem at the hospital. We have the same line as the nursing and midwifery training college. And we are not sure which part of the bill is due to the use of power at the NMTC and which part of the bill is due to us. So we've asked for some time now that they should decouple us from that line. And so as soon as they're able to jump that challenge, we will take the necessary steps to effect the payment of the bills after the consultation.
Now, although CATH accrued in excess of 80 million cedis through internally generated funds, Mr. Frimpong maintains such funds are woefully inadequate to address the facility's power supply issues.
But given our current operations and commitments, it will be very, very, very difficult for us to indicate that based on the current revenue flow that we are getting, we can conveniently and comfortably foot the bill that is being submitted by ECG. As I indicated, the consumables and other things that we need to run this hospital, it is on the basis of those things that the tariffs were structured. The tariff structure does not contain any component for the payment of energy bills.
Meanwhile, Head of Revenue Collection at the ECG, Grace Gashon, says until these health facilities settle at least 70% of their outstanding bills, the company will proceed to disconnect them. She spoke on PM Express last night.
They pay some and then some less. And what we forget is that when you pay, let's say you have a 10,000 and you pay 5,000, the remaining 5,000 is there plus what you are currently using. And it adds up and it becomes more. So it's not like we left them and they accumulated this month. We've been talking to them, some have been paying this. They don't clear whatever they receive for the month inside. We are hoping that they will pay at least up to 70% so that we avoid this.
Well, in a related development, former Power Minister Dr. Kwabena Donkor is throwing his weight behind the ECG's drive to retrieve debts owed it. Now, speaking on Upfront with Raymond Akwa, the Pro-East MP advised the ECG to put non-critical sections of hospitals on prepaid to reduce their indebtedness.
ECG must put the theaters, operating theaters, the wards, the laboratory banks, the laboratories, those very critical, they should put them on postpaid that they can negotiate with whoever runs the hospital. But all other parts of the hospital should be put on prepaid. That is a solution going forward. Look, Kolebu's IGF is bigger than the budget of 2-3 ministries combined.
Now focusing on CAS doctor strike, the National Labour Commission says the industrial action lacked proper procedure. As the strike enters day 2, the National Labour Commission's Executive Director, Patrick Asamoah, has stressed the need for adherence to established protocols while investigating the matter.
There hasn't been any formal report by the Ministry of Health, the doctors, Ghana Health Service, or even the regional minister in his office. As an essential service provider, wherever there is a conflict that is not resolved, they must quickly report to the Commission, and within a matter of 3 days, the Commission must commence action on it by way of arbitration. And it doesn't look like the parties themselves have even started any form of negotiation. I think Thursday, the commissioners will be at the Commission and it will be considered what action to take quickly to help resolve it.
Meanwhile, management of the hospital is expecting the doctors to resume work later today after fruitful discussions. Away from that, the Minister of State designate at the Ministry of Finance and Itiwa East Member of Parliament, Agric Osei-Asari, says the government will not reintroduce road tolls. She noted that the decision to abolish the road tolls was a political decision made by government. Her statement is a U-turn from what Roads and Highways Minister Kwesi Amoakwata made during the consideration of the 2024 budget statement in Parliament last year. But answering questions of the Appointments Committee yesterday, Agric Osei-Asari said the tolls aren't coming back.
The document that spells out the vision for the government in 2024 is the budget, and so we're working with the budget. And in the budget for 2024, I don't think we introduced any line item for road tolls, and so it remains as such, Mr. Chairman.
She also admits the government could have done better in the construction of the National Cathedral.
Mr. Chairman, the National Cathedral issue is a very sensitive issue for me as a Christian. The President mentioned that we were going to offer seed money. As for that, it was stated in one of the budgets that this is what we were going to do to the building of the cathedral. Mr. Chairman, I think we could have gone about it better than what we have done. That I must admit, because for me it's a very personal issue because I'm a Christian. So that is what I can say to that.
You heard Minister of State Designate for Finance, Agric Osei-Asari. Now, Minister for Transport, Kweku Ofori-Isiamah, has been summoned to provide urgent answers to MPs over an alleged $10 and $20 charge by the Ghana Airport Company for maintenance. Former Minority Leader Haruna Iddrisu, who raised the issue on the floor, described the charge as illegal without parliamentary approval.
I'm holding in my hand here letter dated 11th March 2024 from the Ghana Airport Company introducing maintenance charges of $10 to be charged and $20 maintenance charge on all round-trip airlines. What authority does the Ghana Airport Company have to impose fees and charges?
Well, First Deputy Speaker Andrew Amoakwa-Asiamah, who presided over the House, ruled that the Transport Minister appear before MPs to answer questions on that development on 19th March.
I'm directing the Minister for Transport to appear before the House on the 19th, that is next week, Tuesday, to come and address this particular issue, because the airport company cannot sit by themselves and say they are increasing charges, fees and charges on their own.
Now, many parents say they are compelled to supplement the food served wards at the various senior high schools with monetary contributions as a result of the acute shortage of food. Now, this is contained in a latest Hotline documentary, Empty Plates, the Free Senior High School Promise, which highlights the grim picture of quantity and quality of food served thousands of students in various campuses. Here are excerpts.
Under the policy, residential students are supposed to benefit from 3 square meals, while non-residential ones get 1 hot meal. But not only was the quantity of food served these children less than they expected, but 12 to 8 students are assigned to a jug of porridge or bowl of food.
The challenge has been that my daughter is constantly complaining that the food they are fed with is not enough. I've taken the pains to also provide enough food like Gary and others that she can eat from her chop box, but it turns out that the school has drawn a timetable for visiting the chop box, so that there's some days that she cannot go to the chop box even though she has food, and they can also not provide her enough at the dining hall, so it's a challenge.
And you had excerpts of Empty Plates, the free senior high school promise, which will be airing on Monday, March 18, on Joy FM Super Morning Show at 8:30 a.m. and Joy News Channel at 8:30 p.m. Please do make a date. And that's it for the bulletin this morning. I am Amazing Amateur Thompson. Business is next on the Super Morning Show.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa!
Bobo, so how your engine now?
It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that?
Yes, so
somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched.
Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz?
No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer.
Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency.
Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Chairman. Hey,
Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Millennium Insurance has enhanced its motor insurance policy cover to make life more comfortable for you, our valued clients, and in the event of vehicle breakdown whilst on the road. To ensure your safety and that of your vehicle, Millennium Insurance will ensure that your broken down vehicle is towed to a safe place within 1 hour of call and 30 kilometers radius from the place of breakdown. This service is absolutely free. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner, is on standby to be of service to you. Contact us now on 0501 394 997 or 0501 285 821, 0501 394 997 or 0501 285 821.
Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
No matter your water needs, Synex has it all. Synex Tank was first to introduce double layer tank, and now you can have as many layers as you want. Synex Tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana, and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Synex Tank gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project, or demand, choose Synex Tank. Synex Tank, stress-free. Synex Tank, reliable. Synex Tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244 335 168, Kumasi 0505 555 666, or visit syntexgh.com. Synex Tank, a year strong, a year tough.
Things are looking up on this side.
When you upgrade to the enhanced GCB Mobile app, you start doing more with ease.
Create a GCB Instant account easily and conveniently with your GCB Mobile app and start sending and receiving funds. All you need is your Ghana card.
Pay your bills, subscriptions, and fees to multiple merchants safe and secure.
Charlie, tap the app. Open a GCB Instant account and experience the recoded vibe.
You're able to top up on all types of ECG prepaid meters with their special card readers and keep the power on. No worries, no stress.
With GCB Mobile app, you can also generate prepaid and virtual cards to use on ATM machines, POS devices, and for online transactions.
Well, I pay my subscriptions and fees with my GCB Mobile app conveniently.
GCB Mobile app. Download now from Google Play Store or Apple Store. Upgrade your style. GCB Bank. Your bank for life.
This boy, he will kill his own father and marry his own mother.
Prepare to be captivated by magic as the biggest play in the history of African theatre makes another stop this March. The gods are not to blame. Mark your calendars for Thursday, 21st March, 7 p.m., Friday, 22nd March, 7 p.m., and Saturday, 23rd March at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. at the National Theatre. Tickets are selling now at only 150 cedis at imagebureaugh.com or dial *714*11*21#. Don't miss this rejuvenated rerun of the epic tale of Odewale. The Gods Are Not to Blame, supported by Joy FM. Produced by Image Bureau in partnership with April Communications and the National Theatre, and proudly brought to you by the Ghana Tourism Authority and the Beyond the Return Secretariat.
Because all lizards lie prostrate. How can one tell which lizard suffers from bellyache?
I know you never got to watch The Gods Are Not to Blame.
No, I did.
You did? Okay.
I caught the very last. I caught the very last staging of it.
Okay.
And it was spectacular.
Yeah.
Loved it. Yeah. Anyway, Akpafu, when was the last time you bought Kinky?
Kinky. I ate Kinky 2 days ago. I don't know how much.
But you have several corporate sponsors.
Oh no!
So you don't even spend the money. Yourself.
Yeah, but I know the price of Kinky has been.
I mean, it varies from parts of the country, parts of the city to parts of the city. But I don't know, 5 cedis tends to be a general.
Yeah, it should be
for a ball.
Yeah,
which is shocking, bearing in mind that it used to be about a cedi not so long ago.
Yeah.
So 5 cedis now.
And it's supposed to be like a staple, if you like. I mean, people eat it a lot, and it's supposed to be very cheap.
Yeah. Well, for some reason, the things that go into it, the corn, even the leaves that go to wrap the Kinky, all of these things have appreciated in price.
Hey.
Yes. So the Kinky sellers are threatening to start selling the pepper as well, right?
I read that.
But look, if these government flagship programs work, Planting for Food and Jobs 2.0, which was launched yesterday, if it works, it should actually deal with some of these things, and we should start to see food inflation come down in a uniform way across the country. Well, not uniform, because transport will certainly still play a role. Some places will still be cheaper than others, but at least the inputs, the maize that and the rice and the all these things that we ought to be producing here, the onions, the tomatoes, all of these things.
We're still doing import tomatoes from Burkina Faso.
But hopefully, if this 2.0 works, these prices should start to come down. So today we'll figure out how it's supposed to work. We'll look at the theory of it, how it's supposed to work. See if we can figure out any ways that might impede its success, so that we can deal with them and get the thing working. Hopefully, government is not averse to some feedback on it, so that we can get it as good as it can be.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, we need food every day. So
Charlie?
It's very important that we talk about PFJ.
All right, okay. So, please recommend me to your sponsors, okay? I'm assuming you're not free, I'm busy. Okay, the 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. And Millennium Insurance for the Joy Business Report. Well, maybe these are the ones who buy him free cooking. Omni Basic Bank, at your service.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up, International Monetary Fund advises Ghana and other African countries to rethink some fiscal policy measures being introduced following repeated external and domestic shocks. Also, government makes significant progress towards reaching a deal with Eurobond holders and external creditors by close of this month. Plus, Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana urged to keep policy rate unchanged to help control prices following marginal reduction in inflation. Details coming up. Hello, thanks for being with us. If you're listening from Koforidua, probably listening from KT Radio, glad you could join us. My name is Darryl Kwao. The International Monetary Fund is urging African countries, including Ghana, to rethink our fiscal policy following repeated external and domestic shocks from rising debt vulnerabilities. Under unchanged policies, the fund said the region's public debt to the size of the economy will continue to trend upward, increasing by over 10 percentage points over the next 5 years. This at once would crowd out private investment, raise sovereign risk, and limit countries' ability to invest in human and physical capital. Vitor Gaspar is Director of Fiscal Affairs Department at the IMF and has been speaking at the 12th African Fiscal Forum.
The IMF has been asking the question, how to pay for it all? The question is relevant for all of the IMF membership, but it is particularly pressing for countries in sub-Saharan Africa with the large development spending demands. From mid-2022 to the end of 2023, no country from sub-Saharan Africa issued in Eurobond markets. That was a manifestation of ABE's great funding squeeze. That has changed in January and February, with a number of countries issuing significant amounts. But the coupon rates and yields in secondary markets, not shown, have stayed very high.
You had a director at the Fiscal Affairs Department at the IMF, Vitor Gaspar, there. Government has made some significant progress towards reaching a deal with Eurobond holders and external creditors by the end of this month. This is based on the outcome of the latest round of meetings with the parties in Paris, France, earlier this month. George Rafe has details.
This is what we have picked up from persons negotiating this deal on behalf of the government of Ghana, as well as the external creditors. Joy Business understands that when it comes to the bilateral creditors, that engagement can be said to have been closed. However, we've not been able to lay hands on the terms in this agreement. But when it comes to the Eurobond holders, it can be described as 90% complete. If things should proceed as expected, then an announcement could be made in April 2024. We are also learning that government has stepped down proposals from the external creditors that there should be an assurance if the economy should perform more than what they have projected, then they should be compensated by government in terms of what they will pay them for the bonds that they are holding. Ghana is hoping to restructure about $13 billion worth of external commercial creditors' debts. The decision by these bilateral and commercial creditors to open negotiations with government in January this year helped Ghana to secure the first tranche of cash from the IMF under the fund program. It has also helped in the resumption of some stalled projects in the country. Completing this deal could also open up another challenge, that is, a clear date that Ghana could start servicing its debts that was frozen over the past years because of the current challenges facing the economy.
George Rafe's report. Now, economist Dr. Patrick Asamoah has argued that the decision of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana to reduce its policy rate this year has not largely impacted on inflation. The economy has advised the Bank of Ghana to stay the policy rate at 29% after its meeting next week to help stabilize prices.
Yeah, I think the marginal drop shouldn't really affect the policy rate, because when the rate was reduced, the current rate of inflation was just about the same as we have now. I think that the initial reduction that we saw at the last meeting was a little too early. It was a little premature, I think. So I expect that having reduced it and the expected disinflation at the time has not continued. So I believe that the BOG, the MPC, will be a little cautious in bringing further reduction. So I don't expect that they will reduce it at all.
You heard economist Dr. Patrick Asamoah. Now, with the long queues at various visa application centers across the country, businesses have been entreated to be wary of fraudsters. According to head of Sub-Saharan Africa for VFS Global, Hari Prasad Viswanathan, local businesses should push for more information and not fall prey to the activities of scammers. VFS Global is the world's largest visa outsourcing and technology services specialist for governments and diplomatic missions worldwide. Mr. Viswanathan spoke to Joy Business at a media engagement.
Follow the appointment times, follow the document checklist, have all the documents ready. Do not try and come and wait and wait for printing of your documents or someone to email the documents. So those are some things which we keep reiterating, that prepare your documents in advance, apply in advance, come right on your appointment time. You will not be seeing a crowding in the application center. However, there are travel agents who are roaming around the applications and they try and see how they can maximize the opportunity of facing an applicant. Only you can reschedule it. You can reschedule it, but you cannot change the name to your family member's name. It's not possible. So we try and keep announcing in the social media, in our website, do not go and fall prey for agents that are roaming around outside.
Hari Prasad Viswanathan there. He is head of Sub-Saharan Africa for VFS Global. Now, the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber has raised concerns about the high cost of doing business in the country. President of the Chamber, Grant Weber, therefore wants businesses to manage their costs effectively in order to withstand these challenging times. He spoke to Joy Business at the 3rd Rainbow Nations Challenge organized by his outfit.
Well, I don't think the economy is picking up. In fact, if anything, it's probably more difficult. So for our members, it's a tough time. I think it's not easy whether you're a big or a small company. And that's another reason why we do have these networking events, is to make sure that we give our members as much opportunity for outreach with the other international businesses here in Ghana. Well, you've got to be resilient at the moment. It's obvious that you've got to have your costs under control until such time as you're able to generate more sales. So if you're very disciplined and organized, look after your cash flow, really cherish your customers, and maybe even have a regional approach where you use Ghana as the springboard.
Grant Weber, third president of the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber. Now, the chief executive of the Chamber of Telecommunications, Dr. Kenneth Ashube, is charging organizations to change mechanisms in the operations in order to withstand external shocks that may occur. Citing the COVID-19 pandemic as an example, Dr. Ashube underscored the importance of preparing for business disruptions. He was speaking at the Future Ready Leadership Summit organized by the Nobel Business International School.
Most of us that have business continuity plans, a lot of us have kept our business continuity plans as our spare tires. Most of us have not tried them, and really we were found wanting. With what COVID has done and taught us, how have we changed that whole attitude of business continuity, about preparing for the future, disruptions? How have we prepared, and have we taken advantage of that challenge? Now, despite its untold negatives, one of the few plus points from the pandemic was that it reinforced the importance of building change capabilities within our organization, all in an effort to ensure that we are all future ready.
That was Dr. Kenneth Ashube, who is Chief Executive of the Chamber of Telecommunications. Now, a report by the Brew Hammond Energy Center at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology indicates that the challenges of land litigation in the country are affecting investments in solar-powered projects. This is being highlighted as one of the setbacks for Ghana in meeting the deadline for the energy transition process under the Sustainable Development Goals. At a dissemination workshop to share findings from the work, Director of Brew Hammond Energy Center at KNUST, Dr. David Atukwansa, called for immediate intervention from government and stakeholders to resolve the challenge.
If the land issues are not streamlined, the cost of projects would go up, and so it will require a lot more money for you to do projects in Ghana compared elsewhere. So we can lose investment to other competitors. Capital is free to go anywhere. So yeah, it can affect it. So there is a need to streamline the process. So in today's workshop, some of the recommendations that have come up is that there is need for intersectoral collaboration. So for instance, the Lands Commission, the Ministry of Energy, and the other actors can streamline the process.
Dr. David Atukwansa, Director of Brew Hammond Energy Center at the KNUST. On Investor Eye today, make sure you keep all receipts and documentations when dealing with an investment company. Make sure you keep such documents even if they are electronic. Listen to Head of Technical ICT and Digital Forensic at the Economic and Organized Crime Office, Amankwata.
If an individual realizes they have been duped or deceived, there are several immediate remedial measures
they can take. Here are some of the steps to be considered. 1. Stay calm and control your emotions. It is important to remain calm and composed when you discovering that you have been duped. Losing your control can sometimes further mistakes or impulsive decisions. 2. Gather evidence. Try to gather all available evidence of the deception. This includes any documents, email, message, or other form of communication that can support your claim. Take snapshots, that's screenshots, photos, or make copies of relevant record to preserve the evidence.
All right, before we go, your market updates. Let's begin with the commodity market. Crude oil increased from trading yesterday to $84 a barrel. Gold lost more than $2 trading this morning at $2,171 an ounce. Cocoa opened trading at $7,035 a ton after losing $14. On the currency market, the dollar going for 13 cedis 8 pesos, the pound going for 16 cedis 50 pesos, and the euro going for 14 cedis 8 pesos. I didn't know whether to stop and help you with water or something, Kojo, but I hope you're good. All right.
Fine, thank you.
All right, that's the Joy Business Report.
Indeed. All right. Now, another thing we'll be bringing an update on is, the murder of Eric Johnson, the owner of
I read the update yesterday.
Yes.
And if that story is true, then it's unfortunate.
Isn't it just? So we'll be speaking to Rafiq Salam, who will bring us all the way up to date with what happened in court when this matter was heard. So the prime suspect turns out to be the former HR manager who was sacked just a few days before the killing.
Terrible.
That's the prime suspect, and the police believe they have a watertight case against him.
Yeah.
They were outlining that case in court, and we'll get updates from Rafiq Salam. Shocking stuff.
Right. All right,
Charlie. Yeah, see you soon. All right, then. So let's brighten it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Joe Beecham. Yeah, Pastor Joe Beecham.
I love him.
So do I. Micaiah.
into your lane directly in front of you, anticipating what another driver might do and making the appropriate adjustment helps to reduce your risk.
A very good tip there.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's learn how to say it right, which is always brought to us by Kingdom Books at Kingdom Quality and Affordability at their hallmarks and Societe Generale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
There we go.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
Today's Say It Right is sponsored by our English graduate, Winston Asamoah, who reminded us this morning of a little-known rule of English pronunciation. First, an example. How would you pronounce this word? L-A-U-G-H-E-D. I bet you said laughed, didn't you? Almost all of us say laughed, don't we? Well, the correct pronunciation is laughed. Laughed. The last letter takes on the T sound instead of the D sound. So laughed, not laughed. Yes, I can sense you rolling your eyes, but the rule is that if ED comes after a voiceless sound like F, made with F, then the D pronunciation changes to the T sound. Those are the rules. I didn't make them up, and Churchill won't let us forget them. So there you go. After a voiceless sound, D becomes T. And if you want to know how to tell voiceless sounds from voiced ones, Winston has a trick to teach you. It involves 2 fingers and your throat. Over to you, O ancient of days. All right, so go on then. Teach them how to tell the difference between a voiced sound and a voiceless sound.
Oh, Kojo, for a voiced sound, when you hold your vocal, your throat, it's not your throat, just touch this thing. Hold on a minute. I'm told that I can't be heard.
Oh, you can now.
Yeah, I can now, yes. So there's a bit of a vibration in your vocal cords when you pronounce a voiced sound. So, but for a voiceless sound, there is no vibration in your vocal cords. So it's very simple. If you pronounce, say, v, you feel the vibration in there, and f has no vibration. And per the rule, if the inflectional morpheme ed is added to a voiced sound, it's pronounced d. If it's added to a voiceless sound, it's pronounced t.
That's right.
And that's why you taught us today that is laughed and not laughed. Raymond, you understand?
Laughed at it. And then laughed at it.
Yes.
Raymond, Raymond, you did.
Or laughed at it.
No, was it on Monday?
Yeah.
Monday we did the inflectional morpheme ed added to an alveolar plosive. That's t and
would, one.
Yes, would change to it.
Winston's
the one that Mawabi said wanted, no.
Wanted instead of wanted.
No, I said wanted.
It's wanted.
Wanted. That's what I said. It was between the tail and the tit.
Winston say it right must come with paracetamol.
No. Sometimes you forget all your lessons, then you remember them.
Well, we thought you were the problematic one.
And then we suffer. When you remember your lessons, we suffer.
No, I'm teaching you how to not just say it right, but to understand why you're saying it right.
We thank you.
Small laughter we go laugh to.
Understand it right.
Anyway.
Understand it right. Very necessary.
Before we get into the news review brought to us by Synex Tank, you're strong, you're tough, and Enterprise Insurance at 100 Yafini promotion, celebrating our legacy, securing your future. Abner Sayasari came up for vetting, and she's been talking about a number of things, including whether or not road tolls will be reintroduced. And this is what she had to say about that.
The document that spells out the vision for the government in 2024 is the budget, and so we're working with the budget. And in the budget for 2024, I don't think we introduced any line item for road tolls, and so it remains as such, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. So that's what she had to say. You want to hear it again? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
The document that spells out the vision for the government in 2024 is the budget, and so we're working with the budget. And in the budget for 2024, I don't think we introduced any line item for road tolls, and so it remains as such, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so it means there'll be no road tolls. She says that that's not something that was captured in the 2024 budget. So that's it. No road tolls for 2024. That's good news.
Okay, so what happened to...
Not for revenue collection.
Okay, maybe the guy is no longer the roads minister, so we may take the latest development as the... Because Amoah gave us the indication that we also recently had this electronic or digitalized road toll kind of conversation. So if the Ministry of Finance is now saying that this is the final take on the matter, we take it. We know where we have been through with this road toll thing. It was when they were trying to cajole all of us to believe in the e-levy concept. That's when they brought this thing up. That, oh, we are taking off the road tolls. We will take care of it and e-levy. Then in the first 2 or 3 months, they say e-levy was underperforming. They say, oh no, we need to bring back the road tolls. The vision we had for e-levy, we are nowhere near where we're supposed to be getting. Then all of these conversations started again about whether or not your government is believable when they say what they want to do. As in the government of the Republic of Ghana is believable, and what they say, what they want to do, they really insist on doing that. So now, if it is settled, I don't know whether it is the most prudent financial decision to make in the Republic of Ghana today, because we still ask ourselves questions like, how do we fund the big projects that we want to do on the road network? Who is putting money into it, and from where are we raising these amounts of monies? And you see, and the good part is that this is for maintenance. Road tolls had always been for maintenance. We know that our roads, some of them, they never get maintained and they get deteriorated over a period of time, apart from the poor construction where there's some put to it anyway. So if this is the new way forward, the final say of the matter, Woodrow Wilson said this is the last war to end all wars. During World War One. Then there was World War II.
But you see, Raymond, the other point is that road tolls over the period has generated some 76 to 80 million Ghana cedis annually. E-levy, on the other hand, it's generated billions of Ghana cedis and more than $1 billion Ghana cedis annually. So you'd have to ask yourself the question, road tolls or e-levy? If you want to bring back road tolls, not the amount of road tolls that we pay, because in other jurisdictions we know that they would pay more. So for instance, if you're constructing the motorway into a 10-lane, express route, you're not going to be charging 1 Ghana cedi. You would charge more. If you dualize, say, the Accra-Kumasi road, you're not going to be charging 1 cedi and 50 pesos. You would charge more. So yes, there's that conversation. I know that there are people who are actually trying to digitize, the road toll collection. So that conversation is ongoing, but in 2024, it doesn't look like it would happen. Maybe in, this is an election year, so there'll be expenditure in advance, so that's not something that you would have. But maybe if that's completed next year, depending on who's in government, we would have road tolls being brought back.
So you see, I just think that we'll be going ahead of ourselves. Tema Motorway, the way it is today, even if it's next year, they ask you to pay toll on that road, would you?
No, that's what I said when you construct
my
it.
My road is not completed. The work is still ongoing. When you're done,
and will not be completed anytime soon.
No. So you see, I did my checks. As we speak, there's no injunction on it, so the contractors cannot tell us that the lawsuits are delaying the project or they will delay the projects. That's no excuse at all. We will get into that some other day. But I'm just saying that fix the roads and let's have a conversation about road tolls. Until then, I'm not sure we're ready for that kind of conversation.
Okay. Listen, let's look at another story. Now, you remember Nivea bowed out of our market, right? Because the cost of doing business was too much for them. Well, it looks like we might be seeing more of that. The Ghana South Africa Business Chamber. And just keep in mind the number of companies that run in Ghana that are South African in origin, from banks to telcos to insurance companies, right? Okay. Ghana South Africa Business Chamber has raised concerns about the high cost of doing business in Ghana. The president of the chamber, Grant Weber, wants businesses to manage their costs effectively in order to withstand these challenging times. Okay, that's their approach at the moment. And he was speaking to Joy Business at the 3rd Rainbow Nations Challenge, which was organized by his outfit, the Chamber of the South African Business Chamber. Let's listen to him.
Well, I don't think the economy is picking up. In fact, if anything, it's probably more difficult. So for our members, it's a tough time. I think it's not easy whether you're a big or a small company. And that's another reason why we do have these networking events, is to make sure that we give our members as much opportunity for outreach with the other international businesses here in Ghana. Well, you've got to be resilient at the moment. It's obvious that you've got to have your costs under control until such time as you're able to generate more sales. So if you're very disciplined and organized, look after your cash flow, really cherish your customers, and maybe even have a regional approach where you use Ghana as the springboard.
Yeah. All right. Now, he's been quite clear that, look, this turn the corner. They are not feeling that the corner
that's
has
the point that he started. That I was saying, no, it's getting worse. But you see, this is business. Every day when he wakes up, he's looking at ways to make money. And if it's not working, he's going to say it that way. Mostly they are diplomatic about saying that, we have to find other cost-effective means. What he is saying is that the ease of doing business and the cost of doing business in the Republic of Ghana is not competitive. And I know businesses that feel that they are better off in Ivory Coast or even neighboring Togo. Yes, ahead of the Big Pen issue, not long ago, they relocated because they felt doing business in Ghana becoming way too expensive. It's not only affecting Ghanaian businesses, because sometimes when they talk, we tend to separate them. This one, he started the business during NDC time. He's NDC. This one, we are not so sure. So let's see how it goes. But for some of these people, they only look to the profit, look to making the money that they hope to make in this country. We are not saying that excess profiteering is what we are going to do for foreign businesses. All that is being talked about is that the environment is still very difficult for businesses to thrive. And let's not kid ourselves. If businesses don't thrive, we don't have jobs in the country. There's no proper production. If proper production doesn't happen, the economy will not grow. You pretend and do all the shenanigans and introduce all the programs to pretend to give people employment. It will still come back to the NAPCOs and still fail. So we should be considering every single day how we make businesses thrive so that government can tax them more. But it looks like we are more interested now in the taxation more than whether or not the business will survive. And this conversation, we've been having it all the time. It appears that people in government, it's either they are not doing business or they don't like the business. But for a capitalist government, the thinking, the philosophical underpinning is that you are pro-business. What is happening is almost like the other way around. Golden age of business, private sector being the engine of growth, all of those things appears to be
the structure of the Ghanaian economy is problematic. That's something we don't want to admit. How is it possible that in Ghana today, cost of land in certain areas is more than $1 million when that can actually get you a home in the US?
A very big home.
Just think about it for a minute. Let that sink. How is it possible that in Ghana today, cost of land there are some places that you buy land at more than $1 million.
I keep saying this. Land in Oyarifa is more expensive than land in Manhattan.
Now,
Oyarifa.
If you go to our malls, for instance, and go and ask for a space in those malls, and how much you'll be asked to pay. Now, if you were to combine that with the people that you're going to even pay to work in there and their own attitudinal problems, how much are you going to make at the end of the day, bearing in mind how much you have spent over the period to set up that shop? Your own expenditure in this country should be, it's also problematic. So we can pretend all we want, but at the end of the day, the reality will always expose our pretense or our hypocrisy. And that's the structure of the Ghanaian economy. A lot of things just don't work. So
economics doesn't work in the Ghanaian economy.
So we would give you tax incentives to get into the country. But when you get into the country, other things actually take away all that money.
Yeah.
And so it's problematic. Today, what's the cost of electricity? It's high.
If you're doing business, if you came to Ghana a year ago or 2 years ago, within that period, we have increased electricity more than 100%. You think about what that impact will be for your forecasting ahead of coming to Ghana.
Look, and so how is it possible? I mean, we even laugh at Nigeria, oh, your Naira is nothing. But how is it possible that, 1,000 Naira, 10,000 Naira can do so many things that 100 Ghana cedis cannot do?
That's true.
How is it possible that with just £10, you can actually shop for your home?
Fill your basket.
That 160 Ghana cedis cannot do. That is, what we are faced with as a country.
And with businesses folding up, that also means people losing jobs.
Okay.
Yeah, because already people are finding it difficult finding jobs. And those who also have, once a business leaves the country, means they've lost it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like we have to go straight for the online review. It's brought to us this morning by Zenith Bank in your best interest, Goyle Good Energy, and G&J Technical Services, celebrating 30 years of providing backup power in Ghana. And on myjoyonline.com this morning, ECG's 72-hour ultimatum to hospitals, unrealistic, unreasonable. That's according to Ghana Medical Association General Secretary. Let's see what else there is on myjoyonline.com this morning. And I've met with the police. I have 10 questions for John Kuma's wife, Chairman Wuntumi's aide. Why is this thing continuing into the gutters? All right. Torrential rain displaces almost 700 people and destroys 87 houses in Debibi. Wow, that happened here in Ghana?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay, citynewsroom.com has extreme weather conditions likely to affect cocoa production. Yeah, the price is going up and people are enjoying, but weather is keeping us down.
We may not even do 500,000.
The deal that we've even signed,
which is a very dangerous development.
Anyway, and on CNN this morning, what the U.S. House TikTok vote means. That's a very interesting development, by the way. We need to keep an eye on that one as it evolves. Okay. All right, then. So, by the way, are you guys on TikTok?
Yes, I am.
Yeah?
I'm not.
The expectation is that I will be mindful of the people I'm with on this side.
The fact checking.
There are no expectations.
As the young fan.
AI ambassador.
Yes. As the young fan, what they call it, savvy, compared to...
Churchill, are you on TikTok?
No, I am not. I'm not.
Yes. Please, he has given me some title. Have you heard it?
He said what?
Yes.
What title have you been given?
Head of technology.
Head of technology.
Yet you put your finger on your tongue before you flip the papers.
No, because now we use issue, which that's flipping with what they call it, PDFs.
Let me say good morning to Justice Henry Tabitha. That's all.
A ladyship.
Anyway, at least you are flipping paper. Yeah. Winston is still reading papyrus. All right, listen, it's time now for the BBC News, brought to us by Fidelity Bank, Believe With Us, and Old Mutual, 10 years of greatness in Ghana, here for a lifetime.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
The things that people do to empower themselves. It fuels families, communities, businesses. Good energy fuels nations. It gets things going and keeps them moving. Good energy. isn't just what we do, it's who we are. Goyle, good energy.
And that's why I choose Goyle. I'm a Zuma Nelson, 3 times world boxing champion, and a patriot.
What name brightens the streets, homes, and businesses of Ghana? What company has been providing world-class backup power to Ghanaians for 30 years?
G&J Technical Services.
Final answer?
Yes, G&J, final answer.
Correct.
G&J is celebrating 30 years of providing backup power in Ghana. As the largest supplier of world-class generators in the country, we have been the backbone of Ghana's alternative power industry by delivering the best sales, maintenance, and after-sales solutions the nation has ever seen. We've done it for 30 years, and we promise that the future will be even brighter. Reach us in Accra on 030-268-9178 or 9179 and 020-222-2204 all the way to 2220. And in Kumasi on 020-222-236 or 020-222-2220.
Hello, Auntie Araba. Hey, Bugger, how are you doing today? I want to buy Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, but I don't have enough money. So what are you going to do? Can you give me the big size? You know, as for me, I'll pay the balance later.
Today, no credit. I haven't sold much this morning. If you don't have enough money for the big size, why don't you try the 120-gram pack?
There's a 120-gram pack? Introducing the new Pepsodent Cavity Fighter in 120-gram pack size. More affordable and convenient. Get yours today from any supermarket near you. Every smile matters. This advert is FDA approved.
I know it's not easy, and that is why I wanna tell you more about easy. You want to build your business, count on easy. You want to grow, we believe in you and your goals. If you need a helping hand, I know you want to progress. Financial provider, trust our process, and your payroll random. I'll show you the way, his way. Yanko, push you by you his way. Yanko, everybody. Yanko, it's very progress.
Get the help you need from Easeway today to build your business in progress. Call 0302-208-222 or text business to 4993 to get started.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Mental Health, Tuesday at 8 and 18 GMT. At 8:30 GMT, Business Daily.
We're in Stockholm, famous for musicians like ABBA and the late DJ Avicii, and home to Spotify, the world's biggest music streaming platform. But we're here to meet some of the new music tech companies that are creating a global buzz.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Hello and welcome to Newsday on the BBC World Service with James Copnell and Victoria Uwonghunda.
170 million American TikTok users could lose access to the social media app. The House of Representatives have passed a bill that could shut the Chinese-owned platform in the States. Some critics in China say the US is unfairly targeting Chinese companies.
Should China not allow iPhones in China? Should China not allow Teslas in China because it's owned by Elon Musk and American? You have to have the right oversight and the right laws, but you can't just do outright banning.
The British government has unveiled a new definition of extremism, which critics say risks infringing on freedom of speech and the right to peaceful protests.
And we'll look at how much aid is actually getting into Gaza as fears of a famine grow.
All that and more, but first, the latest world news.
Hello, I'm Neil Nunes with the BBC News.
The Israeli military has said it plans to move displaced Palestinians from Rafah in southern Gaza to what it described as humanitarian islands in the middle of the Strip, ahead of a planned ground offensive. Rafah is crammed with more than 1 million Palestinians who've already been forced to leave their homes by Israel's offensive elsewhere in Gaza. Anna Foster sent this report from Jerusalem.
It's not clear what these humanitarian islands will look like or exactly how they'll operate, although Israel suggested they'd be provided with aid and temporary housing. The US Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, said he was yet to receive the details, but needed to see a plan to get civilians out of harm's way of any military operation in Rafah. Israel has repeatedly signalled its need for such an offensive, insisting Hamas can't be fully removed from Gaza without targeting Rafah.
The U.S. military says it's destroyed 4 drones and 1 missile in Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen. It said the weapons posed an imminent threat to ships in the region. U.S. Central Command said the Houthis fired 1 anti-ship ballistic missile from Yemen into the Gulf of Aden, but no damage or injuries were reported. The head of TikTok has said he will do everything he can to protect the platform after U.S. lawmakers backed a bill that could ban the app nationwide. Shou Zi-Chu warned that small businesses could lose billions of dollars if the legislation was approved by the Senate. More from Will Vernon.
Well, this bill isn't law yet. It still has to go through the Senate, but it did pass the House of Representatives with a thumping majority, and it has the backing of the White House. President Biden will sign this if it reaches his desk. Now, why is this all happening? Well, it's because US intelligence agencies, as well as many lawmakers, say that TikTok is a threat to US national security. They say the fact that it is owned by a Chinese company, ByteDance, means that Americans' personal data could be accessible by the Chinese government.
The British government has unveiled a new definition of extremism, which will be used to identify groups to be cut off from official grants and support. Ministers say they are addressing an increased threat since the Hamas attacks in Israel. Damien Grammaticus has more details.
This new definition says a group can be deemed extremist if it promotes an ideology based on violence, hatred or intolerance, which aims to destroy the fundamental rights and freedoms of others or undermine the UK's system of democracy. It's not a new legal standard, but the Levelling Up Secretary Michael Gove will draw up a list of extremist groups whose actions, while not illegal, are deemed threatening.
This is the world news from the BBC. Elon Musk's SpaceX company will make a 3rd attempt to launch its most powerful rocket, the Starship, in the coming hours. It's set for an early morning blast-off from the company's launch site in southeast Texas. 2 previous attempts resulted in explosions, but SpaceX says its trial-and-error approach has led to improvements. Spanish legislators are set to vote on a controversial amnesty law today that would exonerate separatists in Catalonia for their role in seeking independence for the northeast region in 2017. Details from Guy Hedgecoe.
This has become by far the most divisive policy of the tenure of Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez. Critics say he's only pushing this amnesty through because he needs the parliamentary support of the Catalan nationalists who would benefit from it. Among them is Carles Puigdemont, the former president of the Catalonia region, who has been living in Belgium since 2017 to avoid the reach of the Spanish courts. After initially being rejected in January, changes have been made to the amnesty bill, which are expected to ensure its approval today. If so, the law could be in place by May.
2 former financial market traders who were jailed for years for interest rate manipulation are having their cases reviewed by the Court of Appeal in London. Tom Hayes and Carlo Palombo were among 19 people convicted for rigging key interbank lending rates in Britain and the US from 2015 to 2019. They say they were made scapegoats. Britain's leading gardening charity has urged people to reassess their relationship with slugs and snails. The Royal Horticultural Society has launched a campaign calling on gardeners to show slugs some love, saying they're not all bad for plants. BBC World News.
Imagine this. Your employees spend 1/3 of their lives at work. That's 13,000 days, or 110,000 hours dedicated to their jobs. At Old Mutual, we don't just see the numbers, we see the faces and the dreams behind them. With our tailored group life insurance and pension plans, you can provide your employees with employee benefit schemes that gives them peace of mind for their futures and for their families. Make the choice that shows your commitment to your employees today. Call 0509-551-609 or email corporateservices@oldmutual.com.gh. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Great news is here. Batmat is here again. XXL clearance sale. Guaranteed savings. From now till the end of April, the big sale continues. Get discounts of up to 70% off sanitary wares, light tiles, waterproofing, and all other product families. It's the year to get things done. Visit our showroom at the North Industrial Area next to the Winners Chapel, Ghana. Don't miss out. Batmat, welcome home.
The ECOWAS Investment Forum EIF is a flagship event that aims to showcase West Africa's investment potential and present a pipeline of private and public sector development projects. Organized by the ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development, EBID, in partnership with the Government of the Republic of Togo and the Government of India through Exim Bank India. EIF 2024 will take place on April 4th and 5th, 2024 at 2 Février Hotel in Lomé, Togo. This maiden edition will focus on the economic recovery of ECOWAS member states under the theme Transforming ECOWAS Communities in a Challenging Environment. For 2 days, development partners and stakeholders operating in the West African sub-region will engage in discussions relating to agriculture and food security, infrastructure deficit, youth unemployment, energy and climate change, and support to SMEs and SMIs. Join us on April 4th and 5th, 2024 in Lomé, Togo for the ECOWAS Investment Forum 2024. ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development, EBID, Transforming ECOWAS Communities.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
mobile money account for fraudulent transactions. The general public and bank and mobile money account holders are hereby cautioned not to permit anyone to receive or send money through your bank or mobile money account, as you may be unknowingly facilitating illegal activity. This may result in criminal prosecution, and that is Section 122 of the Electronic Transactions Act 2008, Act 772.
Good to know, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very easy route for money laundering.
Yeah.
If I'm not the one doing it, how do you know that I'm the one receiving
Exactly.
it?
Precisely.
So a very decent person will use him.
Yeah. It's good that the law seeks to block that. Anyway, lots coming up on the Super Morning Show today, including our guest, the Agric Minister, who is going to break down PFJ II so that we all get it. And of course, we are in the business of helping things work better. So I will interrogate this project and see how we can make it better.
Exactly, Kojo. It's very important because with food inflation at 27%, that's not the best, certainly.
No.
And we've been talking about a lot of things. We know our deficits when it comes to rice production, when it comes to poultry, when it comes to vegetables such as tomatoes and even onions. So the question really is, how are we dealing with this?
I was speaking to the Paramount Chief of Pulima yesterday. So he and others in the traditional area, they do grains and also, yes, that's what they do. During the early years of planning for food and job, they got a lot of support. So we're going to increase production and the yields were up there. In the latter years of planting for food 1.0, because now it's up 2.0.
2.0, yes.
Yes. The support was reduced and there was cut off completely.
Yeah.
So in the last 2 or 3 years, they've been suffering heavily. People are divesting into other areas. And these are people who actually produce. Now, last year, there was a very interesting point. When the Agric Minister and co were saying that maize prices are on the low, it's because farmers actually had a lot of them. The people delayed in buying them. So the farmers were afraid that they will go waste and they had to now sell them at very cheap prices, making the farmers now make a decision that we are no longer going to do the things you're happy with. We are going to do things that will be sold quickly, which is affecting and defeating the entire purpose of the plan for food and jobs. So I want to see, I'm not just interested in the big farms, how Pulima that used to be, and they say they can feed half of this country if they get the right support. How Pulima will get the right support to be on his feet to do what is right, or at least give them what they used to get under the first round of planting for food and jobs.
PFJ II brings up a whole new value chain, completely different, where farmers will actually not even be paying back, the financing with money, but with produce. All right, so there are new players in the value chain who will be taking this produce and taking advantage of it. Banks will be providing the funding for the farmers to get their farms going. These are details that Dr. Brian Achampong, the Agric Minister, will be sharing with us, and we'll be able to interrogate them fully. And
just a second on that.
Important questions.
I've heard him say that kinky prices are on the low now. They are reducing. This is not happening in Dome. At least I know for sure. I know that within the last 2 years, kinky has moved from 2 cedi to 5 cedi. I know for sure.
All right.
He mentioned Teshi. Perhaps he should give us evidence to back those claims that kinky prices are actually reducing.
Shall we ask him when he gets here?
Yes.
Well, so just yesterday there was an update on the Fourth Estate's investigation about the one district, one warehouse.
Oh yeah.
And we understand that some of the warehouses have been completed, right? But it's not being used for its purpose.
Right.
Well, most of them haven't also been completed, and it will be good to get an update on that.
All right. Listen, speaking of updates, we now know that in court just yesterday, the police laid out their case against their prime suspect in the killing of Agric Johnson, who, of course, was the owner of the Royal Cozy Hills Hotel, also known as Jirapa, Dubai. The police laid out their case quite clearly. Rafiq Salam joins us now to give us a quick wrap of that case and what the police say are the circumstances that led to the killing of Agric Johnson. Rafiq, good morning.
Good morning.
So, quickly run us through the police's case.
It was really interesting yesterday at the Wa District Court. The court is not that big court. I can take about 30 people. But yesterday it was 4 to the rafters. And then the people who came to the case has to sit under trees whilst proceedings at the court went on. And so, yesterday, 7 suspects were brought to the court. And so when they entered, the police JUPO, the judicial police officer, in the person of lawyer Amadou Ali Chao, got up. The first thing that he spoke about was a change in the charge sheet. So bringing the number from 7 to 3. He prayed to the court that he wants 4 of the suspects to be discharged. And so the judge, His Honor Maxwell McBrain, agreed to that. And so the charge sheet was changed.
So which 4
now,
were released?
The 4 that were released were Michael Kulugi, Foster Doku, Favor Nobe, and then Kasim. These were the 4 that were acquitted and discharged.
So I know that Michael was the manager of Eric Johnson's businesses.
Yes, he's the general manager of Royal Cozy Coast Hotel, and sometimes he serves as the deputy CEO of the Royal Cozy Coast Hotel.
Yeah. And Favor was a waitress.
Yes.
What about the other 2?
That 2, I don't know their proper definition, but I think that they are also workers at the hotel.
Very well.
Okay. And then leaving 3. And so that's where the police are closing in on. The 3 were the prime suspect in the person of Ilasa Mahama Afenyiche. He is the prime suspect. He was the one that was arrested around Takwade, and who also used to serve as the human resource manager of the hotel. The second person is Belinda Miller, who is a national service personnel and also served as the front desk officer at the Royal Cozy Coast Hotel. And the third person was Kweku Kombata, who happens to be the security man alleged to have opened the gate for the prime suspect to come out with the car of Eric Johnson and then damn the car at Jepa Zongo. And so then these 3 people were quickly charged on 2 counts. 1, conspiracy to commit murder, and a murder. And so the JUPO then came in with the facts of the case. He stated that this man who is the prime suspect, who is the first accused, Ilasa Mahama Afenyiche, has been employed at the hotel, was employed at the hotel last year. And he used to serve as a human resource manager of the hotel. And then also, the second accused person is a national service personnel and also serves as a front desk officer. And the third person is a security guard, Kweku Kombata. And then according to the facts as he ruled out at the court, the prime suspect entered the private residence of Eric Johnson using an aluminium ladder and then scaled over the fortified fence wall, entered the compound, waited there for some few minutes. This happened on February 10. That's the 9th of February 10, between the hours that's midnight and after about 1:30.
Right.
So after getting into the compound, he stood there for some few minutes, made several calls to Belinda Miller, who happens to be the front desk officer of the hotel, and also served as a girlfriend of Ilasa Mahama.
Oh.
So the conversation, according to the police, the phone conversation that they had, that he was asking Belinda where the master card key to Mr. Eric's house was placed, so that he could go there, take that one, and then to allegedly commit the act. And so Belinda agreed and showed him where the master key was placed. He picked the master card key, opened the door of Eric, and then this was where they saw that there was a struggle because there were a mark of assault upon seeing the body of Eric Johnson because he was stabbed multiple times. And so, and then after that, he took some unspecified amount of money from the room, took the Puski car of Mr. Eric Johnson, which is a Nissan car, the 2017 registration, and then picked on his way out, he honked, and then the security guard, Kweku Kombata, opened him for him to go out and then leave. And he left the car around the Jirepa Zungu. And then coming back, they are saying that this man called Elisa Mahama has befriended several girls, more than 4 girls at the hotel, workers. And because of that, there has always been infighting between the female workers at the place, and which also brings unhealthy rivalry. And as a result, there have been a drawback in the progress of work at the hotel. And then the prosecution also stated that this Elisa Mahama is also alleged to have befriended other girls in the Jirapa town. And as a result of that, the town folks, some of the youth, were mobilizing to come to the hotel to beat him up, to teach him a lesson. And so when the hotel management heard this, they quickly arranged a meeting to solve the problem. It was also there that Mr. Eric Johnson also had some dig about Elisa Mahama, that he was once employed in Sunyani, and he was alleged to have defiled his former boss's daughter and then absconded, and then came and had this job at Jirapa. So after the meeting, Elisa Mahama and his girlfriend, Belinda Miller, who served as a front desk officer, and 4 other girls at the hotel were sacked on the 9th of February. So the police still continued, stating that when they were sacked, another meeting was arranged and to rescind the decision of the sacking of Belinda Miller, because she is not an employee of the hotel, but rather a national service personnel.
Right.
And as a result, she was recalled back to the hotel, same position as a front desk officer of the hotel. Another scenario that the police also brought in was that Elisa Mahama also had another girlfriend in town called Loretta Asare. And then on Saturday, that's the 10th, a day, few hours before the alleged murder was committed, he brought this Loretta Asare lady to his house and left the girl there, telling her that he was going out to buy food for them to eat. The lady waited for a couple of hours. He wasn't coming. And she slept off.
This is the night of the murder?
The night of the murder.
Right.
So he left the house around 11 p.m. And so to go and buy food at Jirapa. And then that's the Jirapa town. So she waited, the food was not coming, and the lady slept off. Only to wake up around 2:30 a.m. and saw Elisa Mahama in the town. She said, where have you gone? Where is the food? And he said he couldn't buy the food because when he was going, he forgot to take money along. As a result, he didn't bring the food. But there was also a bandage on his hand, on his right hand. And so the lady asked, curious as he was, wanted to know what happened and your hand is bandaged. Elisa's response, according to the police, was that he attempted to open the bathroom door, and that was where he got that accident, a domestic accident. And so, but few minutes after that, it appears that Elias Mahama was jittery, was uncomfortable. And then she told the lady that she had a call from the mother that he should come to Takoradi. Actually, Elias Mahama is from the Jomoro district. That's where he's from.
Right.
And so he wanted to go and meet the mother. So he left Jirapa around 4 a.m.
Right.
That's about 3 hours after the alleged murder. The police also stated that they have also spoken to very good friends of Elias Mahama. And they also corroborated this story about him not being comfortable that night and he has to leave Jirapa.
Right.
And then he went to Takoradi, and that was where he was arrested and then airlifted to
Right. Well, I think that brings us up to date, Rafiq. I wish we had a bit more time because this is such an engaging tale, but we will certainly get more details on this. There is a full report on myjoyonline.com that you can read to fill in all the gaps. But that is the case that the police presented to the WA court regarding their prime suspect, Elisha Mahama, who is believed to be the person who murdered Eric Johnson. The case continues in the WA court. Rafiq will bring us all the details as and when. But right now, though, let's get on to it. This show has more to come, including an audience with the Agric Minister, Dr. Brian Achampong. He's going to tell us all about how Planting for Food and Jobs 2.0 might be the solution to our rising costs.
Joy, 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 sunshine and joy in the morning time. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah, wake up to joy.
All right, now time is running out to fuel your adventure for free. Get reliable motor insurance and receive free fuel for your car. Get the cover you need now with SG Ghana's Sound Drive Insurance before the 31st of March this year and enjoy up to 500 Ghana cedis worth of free fuel to take you places. Don't wait until it's too late. Act fast and visit any SG Ghana branch today to buy or renew your motor insurance, ensuring that you're covered and ready to hit the road. Sound Drive Plan is underwritten by Allianz Insurance. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
And if you're a Toyota user, then you certainly want your Toyota engine to function optimally. Well, there's only one choice, which is the Toyota Genuine Motor Oil. The Toyota Genuine Motor Oil has been rigorously tested and proven to be the best oil for your Toyota engine, specially crafted to keep your Toyota engine running smoothly and efficiently. The Toyota Genuine Motor Oil is available at all Toyota Ghana branches across the country. Nothing makes your engine happier than Toyota Genuine Motor Oil. For bulk purchases or distribution, please contact Toyota Ghana by calling this number 0302 429 801. And Toyota Ghana, as always, is proud to be associated with our Drive Safe tips here on the Super Morning Show. Toyota, superior quality.
At Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited is your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and also furniture at affordable prices. Has introduced an online store for your shopping convenience. This means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of our branches. This is hassle-free. We'll arrange delivery to your homes and offices within reasonable time. We offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are our hallmarks.
And the Office of the Registrar of Companies of Ghana says that pursuant to Section 35 of the Companies Act 2019, Act 992, the Office of the Registrar of Companies, undertaking a nationwide inspection of companies and businesses. Company inspectors will, with their identification tags, will visit business premises to inspect 1. The certificate of registered companies and businesses, combined register with information on directors and members, compliance status, that's filing of annual returns and amendments, update of company and business records with current information. Please be informed that failure to comply with provisions of the Companies Act 2019, Act 992, will incur a fine of not less than 150 penalty units or not more than 250 penalty units, or to a term of imprisonment of not less than 1 year and not more than 2 years, or both. We urge all company officials and business owners to collaborate with our company inspectors in this exercise. For inquiries, please call us on 0302 666 081 or 0208-835959 or email info@orc.gov.gh. ORC, your trusted partner for business.
So, by the way, a quick correction. We said that the 4 out of the 7 suspects were acquitted and discharged. Well, actually, they were not acquitted. They were simply discharged. And that is an important point because it means that they can be charged again and tried if the state finds evidence against them in the future to warrant their prosecution. So they were discharged, not acquitted and discharged. All right, you can now get a loan for up to 450,000 Ghana cedis from Fidelity Bank and get rewarded. Switch your existing salaried loan to Fidelity Bank or get a new personal loan and enjoy the lowest fixed interest rate, repayment holiday option, guaranteed fixed monthly repayments and installments. And of course, you don't need to miss this offer. Call now on 0800 00 3355 or just walk into any Fidelity Bank branch today and let them help you achieve your dream.
Now, G&J, your reliable alternative backup power solutions provider, is 30 years. We wish to thank all our cherished partners and customers for being part of this journey. Now, as we embrace the future with brighter hopes, we look forward to providing you with the best backup power service to your homes, offices, churches, and more. We're still the largest backup power supply in the country, and with our 24-hour service delivery, we're poised to give you the best brands in backup power and after-sales services. Locate G&J in Accra off the Mortuary Road to Kolebu. Call G&J on 0302 689 178 or 030 268 9179. You can also call 020-2222-204. In Kumasi, call G&J on 020-2222-36 or 020-222-220. If you slept in Dumkra, then remember this name, G&J Technical Services, and make sure you get backup power.
Yeah. Doom CSA. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
A poorly maintained car engine can age faster. That's why we offer specially formulated quartz engine oil with age resistance technology. It's a breakthrough innovation that ensures optimal performance for your engine and also improves protection against mechanical wear by up to 74%. Even under extreme temperatures and pressure. Choosing quartz from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz, keep your engine younger for longer.
And is the Imperial Insurance promo reloaded? So insure your vehicle with Imperial General Assurance from now till the end of April and get yourself handsome rewards, fuel coupons, special souvenirs, gift vouchers, and many more. And here's the catch during this reward period. Your motor insurance policy will give you an automatic 1-year life insurance cover. You could also get brand new car tires and other car accessories as well. It's really reloaded. Everybody qualifies. Just come insure your vehicle and you're done. Call us today on 0577 667 436 or talk to your broker or any of our agents across the country for further details. You can also follow us on all our social media handles. Terms and conditions apply. Imperial General Assurance, solid protection.
All right, here's some exciting news for you. You can now get your Omni Basic Visa Classic debit card instantly at any of their branches across the country. Yeah, it's instant with new and improved features. So you get contactless and verified by Visa. So why wait? Visit any of their branches nationwide and get your Omni Basic Visa Classic debit card today. It's instant, secure, and convenient. Omni Basic Bank. At your service. And of course, we're at your service on the Super Morning Show coming up, your birthdays and sports. Stay with us.
Can you spirit, the freedom in our songs, the sound of liberty that rings from Kaswa to Karaga, from Tamale to Takoradi. It's in the pestles that pound from coast to coast. It's in the busy offices, the crowded streets, and the noisy schools. It's in the wisdom of our elders and in the laughter of our children. It's in seeing how far we've come and looking at how much we can grow. It's in knowing that still Ghana go be. Happy 67th Independence Day, Ghana.
MTN. Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. You have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide, high credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis, and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100, or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
All right, time for those birthdays. Let's get them under our belt. Birthday messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by
MTN.
Everywhere you go. And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner.
And of course, we'll bring the birthday messages shortly. We'll bring the birthday dedication shortly. Let's get into the Sports Center then.
Which is brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. DSTV,
it's your moment.
And of course, Twisco Energy Food Drink. Twisco, power your dream. Not forgetting Bet Power.
And did you know that MTN Momo now has an app? Yes, MTN Momo has a brand new app specially designed to make your Momo experience easier, convenient, and faster. Just download the Momo app on Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and look out for the blue and yellow icon. It's that simple. Momo app allows you to view your statements, pay bills, and so much more. Use the app for your Momo transactions and enjoy a 100% bonus when you recharge using the Momo app. So go on, download the MTN Momo app now and start transacting at a flex at no data cost. Just Momo it everywhere you go.
Now, so folks, imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. I mean, picture a rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with the eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Renewable energy loans come at very, very low rates. That's right. We are not just offering loans here. We are offering the keys to your solar power kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of the numbers here: 050-153-5789 or 050-153-5790 or 0244-674154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Here for sports, and coming up on the Joy Sports Center today.
Lautaro Martinez, their top scorer, to keep them in it. Over the bar, would you believe it? Looks down at the penalty spot. It's Atletico Madrid who win the penalty shootout.
Atletico Madrid beat Inter Milan on penalties to secure Champions League quarter-final spot. Also in today's bulletin.
As Accra Lions on the offensive again, it can be dangerous. Here is Amponsa. It is Amponsa. He shoots and he scored the third for Accra Lions. Accra Lions dismantling Asante Kotoko at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium.
Yes, you heard right. Free scoring Accra Lions shock Asante Kotoko in Kumasi. This and many other beautiful stories coming up in the next 10 minutes. But first, Ghana's male and female beach volleyball teams have been eliminated from the competition at the quarterfinal stage yesterday at the Laboma Beach. The men suffered straight set losses to Morocco, while the women also lost in straight sets to Mozambique. Veteran beach volleyball player Seydou Ajanako says not having protective sand socks contributed to the men's defeat.
All our toes are full of blisters because of the heat of the sun. We didn't get all these things, so that can also affect you.
You didn't get what?
The sun socks. Yes. And then also in camp right now in the village, every treatments are going on all right, but that should have been before during our preparation. We should have a massage therapists, nutritionists, and the others. It's all departments that come together to give the result.
Well, the women also have a similar situation. Corporal Juliana Ayi reveals to Joy Sports that authorities gave their jersey a pass because Ghana is the host nation, even though they did not meet the requirements.
The apparel we are supposed to use to play the tournament, we're not given to pass. So the evening we were supposed to go for technical meeting. So they requested for it, and then we went and complained, and then they gave us, they brought the jerseys and we sent it. Even our men also had a challenge. One person jersey was not okay on him, so we had to send it to the technical meeting. And then the shorts was also not having a number, so they rejected that one. And then we sent it to the technical meeting, and they consider us due to we being the host nation. And then we sent the jersey back to them, and then they printed the numbers on them.
Now, the two stories published by Joy Sports has drawn a sharp response from the Ghana Beach Volleyball Association. They, in a rejoinder, disassociated themselves from the comments and said the team lost to superior opponents, and not because they were not well prepared and didn't have protective equipment. There was a similar narrative in weightlifting, however. Weightlifter Forrester Osei, who won bronze at the last African Games, told Joy Sports that he couldn't win a medal in the 89 kg event because he wasn't supported to prepare for the competition.
It is quite disappointing I wasn't able to produce the medal that was expected of me. But to be honest with you, there was no support provided to prepare us for this competition. And it's sad because we're hosting our own African Games. And it's the best opportunity to showcase the athlete that we have. I guess this goes for our leaders. Next time when we get such an opportunity, we should pay much of deal and attention on how our athletes prepare.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Cycling Federation has also released screenshots of emails and paperwork suggesting claims by Sports Minister Mustafa Yusuf that they did not share equipment details they required for the African Games are false. Elsewhere, Ghana's men's 4x100 meter medley relay team pulled out of yesterday's final with no official reason given for that decision. And so we did not compete in the swimming 4x100 meter relay. In judo, there's been some electrifying performances in the final event held at the Trust Sports Emporium over the past few days. Joy Sports editor Nathaniel Atto has been there.
Judokas who have dominated at this year's African Games are looking forward to making even bigger impact by booking qualification spots for the upcoming Olympic Games in Paris, France. Well, that's the story of 23-year-old Yasmin Martin of South Africa, who defeated Gabon Zuleiha Abzeta of Cote d'Ivoire to win the women's 57-kilogram limit gold. Also, Zambia's Mugandu Stephen defeated Harbin Aziz of Tunisia to claim the men's 57 kg limit gold medal. So there's a lot of confidence around judo, and there is the hope that the quality that has been shown here will be replicated in future events.
Well, Ghana has dropped to 14th on the medal table after not adding any to their tally yesterday. Egypt are still top dogs with 115 medals after amassing 21 more yesterday, while South Africa have moved from 4th to 2nd. Let's do local football next.
As Accra Lions on the offensive again, it can be dangerous. Here is Amponsa. It is Amponsa. He shoots and he scored the third for Accra Lions. Accra Lions dismantling Asante Kotoko at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium.
Yes, it all happened last night. Accra Lions beating Kumasi Asante Kotoko in an entertaining 3-2 win in the Ghana Premier League Week 21 fixture. Lions have now scored 8 goals in their last 2 games and have moved up from 14th to 10th on the league table, while the Porcupine Warriors remain 4th and 6 points away from the top spot. Kotoko assistant coach David Oklu says it was a deserved win for the visitors.
Like you rightly said, it's very, very disappointing. But congratulations to Accra Lion. They played well and they deserve to win. Accra Lion ran more than us. Football now is about running, and they did it better than us today, and they got it.
Yes, I mean, I told you that we are coming into the game with 2 games without loss, 5-0 against Brecum Chelsea, and I must say I'm proud of the boys. I mean, the kind of performance they put today, I think this is the way forward. Yeah, I mean, we keep our cool. I mean, we told the boys to keep their cool, to play our normal game. You can see even if they equalize, we're still playing our normal game, and I think this what gives us the victory.
Well, you heard first from David Oklo, assistant coach of Asante Kotoko, and then later technical director of Accra Lions, Ibrahim Tanko. Meanwhile, leaders Samatex are back to winning ways after beating Nswatraman FC by 2-0 following consecutive losses. They've now opened a 5-point lead at the summit of the Ghana Premier League. Elsewhere, Samuel Boadu led Brecum Chelsea to a 1-0 win over Diana Stars in his first game in charge, while Karela held Olympics to a goalless draw in Sogakope. Later tonight, Accra Hearts of Oak are in action. They play away to Dreams FC at the Babayara Sports Stadium, while defending champions Mediama Sports and Club will host Bechem United in Takwa. In England, it was the Antoine Semenyo show at the Vitality Stadium.
Great ball that, Christy to Semenyo. Taking on Hashioka and going for it! What a goal from Semenyo! It's 3-3! Well, the night was always going to be emotional. The match is sensational.
Sensational Semenyo indeed, silencing lackluster Luton Town in the Premier League. The Ghanaians scored 2 unreal goals to inspire Bournemouth to a stunning 4-3 come-from-behind victory against Luton Town. The 2 goals have taken Semenyo's tally to 7 in the league and 1 assist this term. Here's a delighted Semenyo speaking after the match.
Tired, excited, happy for the team. Yeah, just it's a great game to be involved in and great to get a win. It feels amazing. I mean, the team showed so much resilience. We know we came in at half-time knowing that we hadn't played well. They scored 3 chances out of 3. We missed so many chances, and we knew that coming out in the second half we'll get more chances. So once Dom got that first one, we knew that there'll be chances, and yeah, I mean we took them. So yeah.
UEFA Champions League action next.
Atletico Madrid and Inter Milan go to penalties. 2-1 to Atleti on the night, 2-2 on Agric. Long serving, Angel Correa, stuttering runner. Into the roof of the net, keeper got something on it. Lautaro Martinez, their top scorer, to keep them in it. Over the bar, would you believe it? Looks down at the penalty spot. It's Atletico Madrid who win the penalty shootout.
Atletico Madrid, a team with a perpetual chip on their shoulder. Yesterday, they go 1-off against Inter Milan, beating them 3-2 on penalty shootouts. Atletico goalkeeper Jan Black was the hero, saving penalties from Alexis Sanchez and David Klaassen before Inter's Lautaro Martinez blasted a spot kick over the bar. The game had ended 2-1 in favour of Atletico, meaning 2-2 on aggregates overall. Elsewhere in Germany, Borussia Dortmund also beat PSV Eindhoven by 2-0 to reach the quarters for the first time in 3 years with a 3-1 aggregates win. The Champions League quarter-final draw will be held tomorrow. And that's all from Joy Sports Centre this morning. Back to you, Mama V.
All right. Thank you very much, Achu. And log on to myjoyonline.com for more sports stories on our website. Right now, though, let's cross over to Uncle White with Food for Thoughts brought to us by Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
Be the difference.
Uncle, good morning to you.
Gorgeous, good morning. And how has the week been so far?
Oh, it's been good so far. I can't complain. How about you?
Okay. Well, no, the problem with Ghana is that there's nobody to complain to.
I think that's really the issue.
Yeah, because have you had this experience before where you go to someone to tell the person about your issues, and the person tell tells you even more serious issues he is dealing with.
Many
so
times.
The person listens to you quietly and then he says, me too. And then it becomes another thing altogether.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are getting ready with Dubai or no sex. And so we are very excited over here.
We are
it's
it.
Kept the adrenaline flowing for all of us.
Uncle Diasembeba.
As if Asamoah have already. Gorgeous, on Monday, I came with 8 questions for the 2 front runners in the December presidential race.
That's right.
This morning, as part of my Ghana Men's presentations, I come again with 8 questions for the Ghanaian.
Okay.
It is easy to think that the politicians are the cause of all our woes, but if you consider the fact that a people get the leaders they deserve, then we, as the people, have a lot of soul searching to do to understand why we continue to attract the leaders we attract. So here are 8 questions for every Ghanaian to chew on. Question number 1. Do you believe in the future of Ghana? This is what I have found. Those who say they don't believe in Ghana's future say so to give themselves the permission to join in the rot in Ghana. They operate with the maxim, if you can't beat them, join them. I've also discovered that whenever you give up hope in anything, you go out of your way to destroy it. So, if you do not believe in the future of Ghana, then you have made yourself dangerous to Ghana because you will not hesitate to act in a way consistent with your belief that Ghana is doomed. Question number 2. Do you ask what Ghana can do for you instead of what you can do for Ghana? There is a statement the world credits to JF Kennedy. But before JFK, the Ogwa state had it as one of its mandates for her citizens. The Ogwa state says, Ogwa Koto, what have you done for Ogwa that Ogwa has not reciprocated? Now that is a loose translation of the actual thing. The true member of any society does not ask, what do I benefit from the society? The true member of any society asks, what can I do for the society? When Ghanaians ask, what is Ghana doing for me? They ask the wrong question. The question should always be, what can I do for Ghana? Question number 3. Are you prepared to give a Ghanaian a chance by supporting him in any way you can? The current situation in Ghana is that we are dismissive of the efforts and ingenuity of fellow Ghanaians. We do not expect anything good from a fellow Ghanaian, and so we are willing to support anything foreign, but dismiss anything Ghanaian. One of my saddest days was when I went to the office of a big man I admired deeply to invite him to one of my shows. He began by confirming to me that he was indeed a big theater fan. But he said, I don't watch plays in Ghana because I don't think it would be worth my while. But, he continued, whenever I travel outside, I make sure I go to the theater to watch a play before returning to Ghana. And it doesn't matter which country I go to, I always look for the theater and go there to watch a show. He, like many others, are prepared to support a foreign production than a local one. In fact, I know that if I were a foreigner, say an European or an American or a South African, producing quarterly shows in Ghana, each show would have been sold out in advance. We need to support our own because at the end of the day, the benefit of the success of the Ghanaian stays right here in Ghana. Question number 4. Do you put ethnicity above national identity? Gorgeous, there is a resurgence of tribalism in Ghana. For now, it is underground, but it is there. The most worrying aspect of the current tribalism is that it is being fanned by very educated people. In one development, one state institution is under pressure to cede control to the tribe. It is unhealthy. For now, tribalism may look harmless, but if we do not sit up and check our tribal impulses, we will set this nation on fire one of these days. And talking of tribalism, let us understand that being overly partisan is also another form of tribalism. Question number 5. If the option of traveling abroad was not available, what will you do differently in Ghana? I often wonder if our leaders do not have foreign hospitals to run to. Will they not pay more attention to health delivery and healthcare in Ghana? If those with the means did not have the option of taking their children to schools abroad, would they not use their influence and wealth to push for better schools in Ghana? If the option of going to seek greener pastures abroad was not available to the Ghanaian, would we not have found ways of creating more opportunities for ourselves right here in Ghana? I suspect that the option of running abroad is one of the reasons we do not take ourselves seriously in Ghana. Question number 6. Are you guilty of the very things you accuse our politicians of? You know, we love to point fingers at our politicians. We accuse them of being corrupt. We say they are incompetent. We say they do not love Ghana. But are we not guilty of the same things? I believe that until we see ourselves in our politicians, we will not have the moral grounds to demand better of them. Yes, the decisions of a politician can have serious consequences on us, but so can the decisions and actions and inactions of a civil servant, of a doctor, of a nurse, of a trader, of even a taxi driver, and the list can go on. In 1976, Ghana lost the opportunity of becoming the regional office of Youth for Christ Africa because of the actions of a receptionist at the then Continental Hotel right here in Accra. Question number 7. If every Ghanaian operated in every detail like you, what kind of country will Ghana be? In other words, if every Ghanaian exhibited the same attitude to work and to life as you do, will this country be a great nation or a failed one? If every Ghanaian handled his responsibilities to the state as you are handling yours, will Ghana be a wealthy nation or an impoverished nation? We need to understand that the state of Ghana is the sum of the actions and inactions of all of us. If you choose to be part of the solution to the problems of Ghana, you will inspire more people to also opt to the solutions, and soon Ghana will be prosperous. And finally, question number 8. Do you remind yourself that this is the only nation we have? I sometimes get the impression that some Ghanaians forget that Ghana is the only country we have as Ghanaians. Many Ghanaians seem to think that if they help to destroy Ghana, they can make someone else's country their own. Well, they are wrong. This is the only nation we have. So let's make it strong and prosperous. Oh, let me leave you with a bonus question. Do you make life in Ghana easy for other Ghanaians whenever it is within your power to do so? And gorgeous, that's my presentation for this morning. Have a fantastic weekend, gorgeous.
All right. Have a fantastic weekend too, Uncle. Thank you very much for these questions that you've left with us. I think about Haiti. You know, when you say, do you remember that this is the only country that you have? As for the foreign embassies, should anything happen, they would just airlift their stuff and close and go away, and we will remain here. Yeah.
And whenever you think that you can go anywhere and make that country your own, just think of what happens to the people from Chad when they come to Ghana.
Well, that's why this is food for thoughts. Uncle Ebo, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a blessed day.
Have a blessed one too. That's Uncleber White with Food for Thought this Thursday here on the Super Morning Show. He's back on Monday, but I'll tell you about his latest play though in a bit. First though, it's exactly 8 a.m. now, so let's go for the Business Minute, which is brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, the generator expert, and Waika Capital together to us tomorrow.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, the generator experts, and Waika Capital together towards tomorrow. Government has made some significant progress towards reaching a deal with Eurobond holders and external creditors by end of this month. This is based on the outcome of the latest round of meetings with the parties in Paris, France, earlier this month. Economist Dr. Patrick Asamoah has argued the decision by the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana to reduce its policy rate this year has not impacted largely on inflation. The Ghana South Africa Business Chamber has raised concerns about the high cost of doing business in the country. The chamber urges businesses to manage their costs effectively in order to withstand the challenging times. And the U.S. House of Representatives has passed a landmark bill that could see TikTok banned in America. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, the generator experts, and Waika Capital together towards tomorrow.
Keep this frequency clear. 99.7.
Wake up. Good morning. Good morning.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
It's 2 minutes after 8. This is the Super Morning Show. We are live on Joy 99.7 FM. Thanks to Daryl and the business team for bringing us the Business Minutes. We're always grateful to Consolidated Bank Ghana, Anointed Electricals, and Waika Capital. It is because of them that we're able to bring you the Business Minutes. Now, your business should not suffer because of financial challenges. Are you an individual trading in your personal name, a sole proprietor or a company? Well, you can expand your business with CBG's collateral-free lending products. You probably want to hear that again, especially because of the times that we're in. I'm talking about collateral-free lending product. So please open an account with CBG today. You have access to as much as 500,000 Ghana cedis to meet your urgent business needs. There are solo smart loans, SME smart loans, and advanced loans are the perfect solution for you. So no need to provide any form of collateral at all. For further inquiries, visit any of their 114 branches nationwide, or kindly reach out to their contact center by calling 0302 216,000. You can also check them out on social media. They've got handles on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. Send an email to talktous@cbg.com.gh. You can ask all your questions. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. And you don't need to be told, you certainly need a generator on standby in these days. And a reliable place to get a good generator is Anointed Electricals. Anointed Engineering Services Limited. They sell ultra silent generators. So you can get generators from 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA. You can also get them to maintain and repair your generators for you as well. If you have diesel generator, they will take care of it for you. They stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators, and they do generator rentals. They have branches nationwide. Their latest branches though are in Amrahia, Frims Oil on the main Adenta Dodowa Road, also in East Legon, Lagos Avenue Road, opposite Tom Rick Hotel, and in Tema. Find Anointed Electricals on the Tema General Hospital Road, Community 9, just after the overhead. If you are in Kaswa, then an office is off the Wager Kaswa Road, is near Semaf Cement Depot. Look out for Anointed Electricals. In Odoko, that's where they have their head office, is at number 77. Anointed House is off the Odoko Malam Road in Accra. But if you want to find an Anointed Engineering Services Limited near you, anywhere in the country, or how they can help you, please call this number 0243 480 334. 0243 480 334.
coffee in your cup, and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
And thanks to EcoBank and Providence Insurance, you're able to reach us on social media by sending us WhatsApp messages to 055-111-1997. That's our WhatsApp number. You can always send your message across to us. You can also post on X, Joy997, and add the hashtag JoySMS. Also reach us via Facebook as well. Social media messages brought to us by EcoBank and Provident Insurance Limited.
And everyday people face different emergencies. So everyday people face different emergencies. Police emergency, fire emergency, medical emergency, you name them. But many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. Well, here's one you would always want to remember, *770#. Yes, *770# is the new EcoBank Money emergency number. And it gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility payments, airtime and data purchases, and so much more, even without data. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial *770# now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Now, you cannot get your vehicle insured anywhere, Mama V, I mean anytime, with Provident Insurance's Obaya on WhatsApp. She works round the clock, so you don't have to worry about closing times. I mean, baby. Buy, renew, and file claims for your vehicle, baby. I mean, all you have to do is just chat Obaya on this number, 0242426396, 0242426396, and let us help you do a very wonderful engagement on your vehicle. It's quick, convenient, reliable, and saves you time, so you can do more in the day. Chat Obaya and get your vehicle insured now on Provident Insurance. So text your Obaya, baby. With Provident, man, you are covered with Obaya.
I like Obaya because Obaya is baby.
Yes, anytime, any day. She's always available.
Well, listen, this Easter period, Riverman Productions, in partnership with the National Theatre and Joy FM, presents an original Ebo White classic. It's Dubai or No Sex. Dubai or No Sex delves into themes of honesty, integrity, impact, and social media, and a man's unwavering resolve to stay true to himself in the midst of external pressures. The play shows on the 29th, 30th and 31st of March, also on the 1st, 5th, 6th and 7th of April 2024. Show times are Fridays, one show only at 7 p.m. Saturdays, 2 shows, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And on Sundays, where we have 3 shows, 1 p.m., 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And 2 shows on Easter Monday, 1st of April at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And the venue is the National Theatre. It will cost you a cool 200 Ghana cedis. Buy tickets via the Koba short code *365*535# and at all regular outlets. For inquiries, you can call 059-692-1960 or send a WhatsApp to 050-554-6030. You can also follow Riverman Productions on all social media platforms at Riverman Productions, proudly sponsored by Gino Tomato Mix and GCB Bank Limited, media partner M Notify and Logistic Movers. Buy your ticket now. Riverman Productions, be the difference. We're talking agriculture on the show today, and one particular area I did mention earlier was the implementation of the one district, one warehouse, which, well, the whole idea to store the food produced by our farmers, but that's really is not being done if you look at the latest checks done by the Fourth Estates, where we have some of the warehouses completed, but farmers are not the ones using those warehouses.
So people are using the warehouse. The warehouse, what are they using it for?
Sometimes private people.
Okay.
So the farmers are having to keep their produce just the way that they used to. They are forced to sell at very low prices so that they can get rid of all of them.
And I talked about the polymer situation, right? That's just what's happening. So the expectation I'll get some return, I cannot even break even. And the farmers say we can't break even because the maize, if we don't sell it quick enough, we can't get the warehouses to put them in there.
Right.
And they're going waste. And you made some investment into this. And it's different from the time that you used to get support from all the fertilizer, from all the seedlings and all the other inputs, the implements. And even when it comes to tractors, access to that, because the cost has gone up for people who are producing it. If the cost has gone up and I'm not even getting a fair price on the market, how can I continue in this market? How can I continue with this production? You certainly will find a way out and choose options. So they are not abandoning farming entirely. Some of them, as in the case I'm talking about, are choosing other options that do not require the inputs like fertilizer.
Yeah.
So they are becoming smart about how to do farming without necessarily having to incur the cost that they are doing. All of this will go away. At least what they are demanding is go back to the initial planting for food and jobs where we're getting some of the support.
Yeah.
And those support, in fact, some of us might not think it helps. But there's evidence in some instances, like I've seen people explain, it really helps with yield production and all of that. Go to your first love and make sure that you fix the problem in that sector. Or else we'll be pretending that we are producing more when we are impoverishing the farmer, just impoverishing the farmer. Remember the average age of the cocoa farmer issue that came up?
Yeah.
And why young people were feeling that they don't want to go into cocoa farming. But there's also good news though. It appears across the country, younger people are getting more interested in farming. Appears, and the chief confirmed to me that even in this area, there are people who are leaving menial jobs in Accra, getting back and say, I've gotten some money, let me start some farming with other people. I don't know who's giving them the brighter idea to do so, but it appears that we are getting there with that.
Well, I mean, it's true that...
That's a young farmer. He's about to speak. Go ahead.
Well, it's true that a lot of young people are getting into farming. But it's also true that there are a lot of financial challenges when it comes to farming. And so you read reports that would suggest to you that, a lot of the feed, when it comes to poultry, for instance, feed constitutes a major part of poultry. Now, feed is very expensive. So how do we ensure, for instance, and look, while the U.S. State Department estimates that Ghana consumes some 460,000 metric tons of poultry, of which we produce some 60,000 metric tons annually in Ghana with a deficit of 400,000 metric tons. Others have put it at 324,000 metric tons of consumption with a production of 15,000 metric tons. Others too find the average and it's 90%. At least we don't produce 90% of the poultry that we consume in this country. Think about that for a minute. 90% of the chicken we eat in this country is imported into Ghana. So you would ask yourself, how do we intend to reduce this deficit? What is it that must be done? We have to produce more than 150 million birds.
Wow.
In order to do that.
Sorry, I just got sidetracked on this particular issue. Do they import the live birds or they import the akukofunu?
It's a finished product.
It's a finished product.
Oh,
yes. Some also bring
check the co-stores around.
Even the, those who engage in it, the day-old chicks are imported into the country.
I see.
Even the day-old chicks are imported. Yeah. Very few.
Ghanaians, I like the one I saw them kill, then dress.
Yes,
them.
Very few Ghanaians are able to actually, hatch their own eggs. Very few Ghanaians are able to do so. So we import even day-old chicks. Last year, when I checked, a day-old chick was costing about 21 Ghana cedis. It should be more this year. So just think about that for a minute. And if you bring a broiler into the country, you're supposed to feed it, and by end of 8 weeks,
the combinations, yes.
And broiler starter feed is around 250, 290 pre-starter, before you get to starter. Everything is very expensive.
But did they also get support for what they call it, the projects under food?
It's part of the priority area. So the 11 priority areas includes poultry. So what have we done? And for me, that's the most important thing. Because I go to drop point in areas, I see poultry farmers, and when you engage them, a lot of them are engaged in egg production, layers.
Yeah, that's true.
Because this is the point. Look, if you're actually supposed to keep a broiler over a period of time, after 8 weeks, 9 weeks, where it is ready for the market, if you're unable to sell it, you cannot say that it's increased in weight, so I'm going to increase the price. It's not like a pig that you say it's increased in weight, so I'm going to increase the price. You probably would just go with the same amount. So today, a lot of farmers have resorted to egg production. How do we intend to bridge that gap, for instance? When it comes to tomatoes, today tomatoes have an inflation of over 40%. How do we intend to, and we still import tomatoes?
Is it the local ones or the Burkina ones?
We bring them from Burkina, so we're looking at the total price. We still bring tomatoes from Burkina. We import onions from Niger.
Yeah.
How do we intend to bridge these gaps? I mean, to reduce these deficits. The U.S. State Department actually estimates that Ghana imports about $2.6 billion of agriculture and agriculture-related products. Think about it for a minute. $2.6 billion. How is that possible?
So
I'm also interested in the conversation between the Agric Minister and the Trade and Industry Minister, because the two, if they are not properly aligned, will lead to like that restriction bill that they introduced some time ago. So the two should be speaking more and engaging on how to holistically select the areas that we want to quickly replace. Pump more of your energy, your strength, and your power into those areas so that we can start from somewhere. We may not be able to fix the entire problems of the country, but we can start by eliminating our biggest problems one by one. I hope you get the point. So ambitious, yes, but it should be targeted. There are people in Gabon that are doing their farms without government input in many forms. They are not looking for government to come and give them huge sums of money to do nothing. It is the things you can do to support an industry that you end up benefiting from.
True.
And you see, before we continue, Raymond made a very important point. People engaging in farming, that government is not helping them. So, for instance, when I started my pig farm, the cost of, say, feed concentration that we buy has gone up. Okay, and you just don't start a farm overnight and start, making profits. You probably would you would have invested in infrastructure first, then you would have to invest even in the animals themselves before you begin investing in feed. So imagine if you have to buy wheat bran, rice bran, concentrates, fish meal, palm kernel cake, and all of these things over a period. And I was just telling Raymond the last time, someone tells you eat like a pig, it's a very bad insult.
because they consume a lot.
Eat. And in order to actually get the pigs to grow, it gets to a point where you must actually give the pig 4% of its weight, between 2.5 and 4% of its weight as its feed components. So if a pig gets to 100 kg, you must give it 2.5 kg to 4 kg of food. Think about that for a minute.
Please don't eat like a pig. There's another, just finally on, there's another project that I know, they say phase 2 of the Planting for Food and Jobs will be introducing, which is to get senior high schools to farm and feed themselves. We've been talking about poor feeding in our secondary schools recently a lot. So I would love to hear details of that. So apparently you have to apply for it. And then I want to know what the ministry would give you in terms of assistance. How do you start off?
It's almost like a Champions Operation Feed Yourself. And the evidence at the time also said that schools had their own farms. So some of the things they were not buying from elsewhere. And it was almost made to look like in your locality, if maize is what we produce, it is expected that the students in the area are going to eat food related to maize and these other things like that, at least predominantly. So you do not create the impression that you have a certain taste which is born by importing food for you to actually consume, which gives us all the other problems that we have with that. It will be, and we have not failed in our various sectors because we don't know what to do. We have failed because corruption, cronyism, and all the other negatives have affected how brilliant plans are supposed to be implemented. I am interested in knowing how we will circumvent all of these issues that have dogged previous programs and prevented us from achieving the aim that we want to achieve, and also made it impossible for us to get to the point where the policy, its implementation, impacts lives directly.
I like that.
And leads to a proper quality of life for the people. That circle, if it's not completed, from where I sit, it's just another talk.
After all, what's the point in introducing fine policies, speaking nicely to them, and they make zero impact in people's lives? All right, listen, we're raising lots of questions because we're engaging the agriculture sector today. If you have questions, and I know that you have lots of them, if you're a young farmer, for instance, tell us about your challenges. How do you think the ministry in particular can help you, please send your WhatsApp messages to 055-1111-997. That's our WhatsApp number. Post on X with the hashtag JoySMS. Reach out. Also, reach us on Facebook as well. Big stories brought to you by Telecel, connecting energies, latest film. That's your partner for life. And Emirates, fly better.
And you're about to have the world at your fingertips because the wait is finally over. Telecel is here. Now you have everything you want and need. Quick and reliable communication, stress-free money, transactions via Telecel Cash, transforming your big business ideas into success stories with Telecel Business and more. Connect with Telecel and enjoy a world of endless possibilities because with Telecel, there's no limit to connections. Telecel, connecting energies.
And good morning to Patricia Obonai. yeah. Mama V.
Oh yeah, she promised yesterday.
Hey, Mama V.
Telecel is coming with freebies.
Mama V.
Oh, for all
Mama V.
Wait.
No, but in case you are asking for emphasis,
all Ghanaians.
I actually started the conversation on behalf of Mama V.
On behalf of Mama V.
On behalf. So no, hold on. I actually did it.
Yes.
No, hold on, guys, hold on. Let's be fair. No, guys, hold on. Let's be fair to Mama V.
Yes.
I actually started the conversation on her behalf. And I actually said
on her behalf,
Patricia Obonai, that Mama V uses Telecel. So you should be talking to her. And she says, really? Please give me your number.
Oh, but me too. I'm going to use Telecel soon. No. This your matter. It is all related.
I am going to.
No. But for my busy schedules, I would have been registered on Telecel within the week. What's the name? Wilson from Telecel. Come back today. I need you here.
Insurance cover you.
Yes. Wilson from Telecel. I am telling you, come here today.
You know you're showing your true colors.
I'm always for you.
Live on
100% for you. My one and only. But we have discussed this matter. Wasted at wasn't midnight or so when they put out the light in my house. No. See, at 8 hours ago was what? Oh, that is like 10 p.m. right?
It's okay. Why?
At 10 p.m. I wrote on Facebook that because of Patricia Obonai, I'm fully transitioning to Telecel Ghana.
Yes.
That is what I wrote, right?
Yes. You
did. So why are you fighting me?
You know the thing with you, Raymond and Samuel Dami. When I said freebies, I didn't mean to me as a person,
because you have history
as a customer. I was talking about customers.
It's a frame of reference.
See?
Yeah, but we are also becoming customers. So what are we saying? I've not said anything different.
Okay, it's okay. You move on.
They haven't even given me a number. It just left the registration. I've been giving number. It just left the registration.
Hey, Raymond, it's okay. Why? It's okay.
Should I tell you the number?
No, tell us about latest phone.
Let's bring dreams to life. If you're dreaming of the perfect sofa to upgrade this year, your dream sofa is now a reality at Latest Foam. Introducing a sensational V sofa range where comfort meets style at prices that will make your heart skip a beat. Hell, you need to just go to any of the Latest Foam showrooms today. Nationwide, everywhere you find it, to dive into a world of color, and also the choices available from the sleek L-shaped V sofa at just 3,100 to the complete V sofa set, for an unbeatable 6,500. You have the opportunity to elevate your living space with Latex Foam, your forever partner in comfort and luxury. Hurry! Your perfect sofa awaits. Latest Foam is your partner for life.
Keep this frequency clear.
99.7. It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Ladies and gentlemen, Telecel is here!
Telecel, connecting energies. Across Africa, a new era has begun, shifting our focus to a new horizon, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. we are making a brighter tomorrow, built by our dreams and our energy. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future. Together. EcoBank. A better way, a better Africa.
Hello? Fair driver, are you sending the sales?
Boss, medicana kopim.
Hey, what the car to me so?
Boss, you no renew the insurance.
Tell it, I didn't have time, I had to go to the farm.
You can insure on the farm.
And I had to go to the market too.
You could have insured in the market.
I had to cook supper for my wife.
Boss, you could have insured in the market.
But how?
By texting or buyer on 0242 426 396 to help insure with Provident Insurance on WhatsApp from anywhere.
Annie,
babia. With Obaya, now you can insure your car anywhere, anytime. On WhatsApp, text Obaya on 0242 426 396 today. With Provident.
Man, you are covered.
Roverman Productions, in partnership with National Theatre and Joy FM, present an original Ibo play, Dubai or No Sex.
Barney, darling, do you know where Simon and Diva went for their annual vacation?
To Dubai.
Oh, so you know. And the year before that's the way the
Caribbeans.
Where have you been on vacation with me, your wife?
Ajo, you and I have been at Kwewu for Easter.
Kwewu.
Winneba for Abuache. Elmina for Bakatu.
Elmina.
And we have been at Keta for...
Keta.
We are also regular at Homo.
Shows on March 29th, 30th, 31st, and April 1st, 6th and 7th. Time, Fridays at 7 p.m. Saturdays, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Sundays, 1 p.m., 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And a special showing on Easter Monday at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Rate 200 Ghana cedis. Get your tickets on the Cobra Shorts code *365*535# and at all regular outlets. Call 059-6922-040. WhatsApp 050-554-6030. Sponsors: Gino Tomato Mix, GCB Bank Limited, and M Notified. Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
Hey, Cashman.
Yeah.
Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is portable. So I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah.
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2,500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every faulty generator set even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra.
How?
Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel.
And that's why Nana is calling us.
Okay.
Yes. If you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534
or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after sales service.
Then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
Gosh, after giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
Like a recap.